Do you chase personal achievements and still feel unfulfilled? There's a practice for that.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
I'm Mark.
And today we're going to be doing a practice on Selfless Service by Dandapani.
Selfless service for me is something that I really struggle with because I always was offering things but expecting something in return. Especially in my relationship, I thought if I do these things for my girlfriend, for my wife now, that she should be doing something for me in return.
And also, like, Dandapani teaches this practice as well for people who aren't feeling fulfilled in life. They keep chasing their goals and they keep finding that no matter what they get, they're never fulfilled. So to get out of that story of what can I get instead into what can I give actually can translate into that deep fulfillment, but it's a practice.
We're often fed with the concept that if we pursue our material wants and desires and our personal achievements that we're looking for, that it will bring us happiness and joy. And it may bring us temporary happiness and joy, but that really doesn't bring lasting happiness. The solution is to cultivate humility, shifting from self-focus to selfless service. By uplifting others, I uplift myself as well. Before you get started with your day, tell yourself, today I'm going to perform one act of selfless service. Now, that act of selfless service can be towards another individual, or it could be, for example, making your environment feel better and uplifted. That's not tied to a person, right? But set that very clearly, that's your goal today. I'm going to go out and perform one act of selfless service consciously. I am actually going to do that. So that way, as you head out, you'll be on the lookout for it. Step 2, as you head out in the world, just carry on about your day. And your mind, as you program your mind to think this way, it will look and start to show you opportunities around. Has there been any acts of selfless service that you've performed either today or over the last few days?
This morning, I made a big pot of coffee and just for everyone, and drank my glass and then went out surfing and left the rest for everyone. And
sometimes when people hear an act of selfless service, you feel like I have to go out there and help somebody move to another home or, repair their roof or something. It could just be small acts of service, right? And those are also powerful as you do them each day. It's amazing. You can go out into the world with that intention of saying, I am going to perform an act of selfless service, and the goal is just to do one. But as you become more and more observant around you, you'll see countless opportunities. And what ends up happening is that after a few weeks, few months, you'll end up performing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 acts of selfless service throughout the whole day, as opposed to just one. You'll start to see opportunities. Maybe early on you don't because your mind's not trained that way, but as weeks go on, you'll start to see more opportunities. Now comes the next step of being responsive. When you see an opportunity, be responsive, meaning act on it. Don't go like, I don't really want to serve this way, so I'll go serve somewhere else. So if you see an opportunity, step forward. As you become more observant and you see more things around you, start doing it. But always let wisdom guide you. And my guru had a beautiful saying, wisdom is the only rigid rule, which means that, if you go out in your day and you see 50 opportunities for selfless service and you're doing all of those because Dandapani said you should be performing acts of selfless service, you'll never get anything done. If I help this person hold the door open so they can carry their packages in, it's not really going to affect my day time-wise. I can devote 45 seconds to doing it, so I'm going to do this. The real true act of selfless service is when you're not seeking any recognition for your work. You're not seeking to be acknowledged, you're not seeking for gratitude or appreciation. You do it because it needs to be done, and the act of doing it uplifts someone else, or uplifts an environment, or positively impacts your surroundings, so that is why you do it. There's just countless things that can be done, and most people, because when you start thinking about yourself, then you don't see opportunities around you to serve. You don't think about others. It's all about me, and how can I make my life better? And how can I get more attention to me?
Yeah, so I'm not waiting to feel good about myself in the moment. Yeah.
Exactly, and you do it because it needs to be done, and that's why you do it. And that act of selfless service does make you feel good, because as you uplift things around you, you uplift yourself inwardly as well, putting your awareness in a higher state of mind.
So is there any closing thoughts you might want to share with the men out there?
Find a way to serve every day selflessly, but I would say to all the men out there, start your service at home. Because I met many men, entrepreneurs, that want to go out there and create impact in the world, you know, through their company and whatever work they're doing. And in doing that, neglect what's at home, their family. And at the end of the day, the act of serving, when you take that approach, it's almost not quite selfless, right? Because you're looking at some kind of reward tied to your greater acts, which, you know, people will generally acknowledge. But the little selfless acts that you do at home, only your family sees, and they may not acknowledge it. But now you're acting truly in the spirit of selfless service. Yeah. If you can't do it at home, don't expect to do it outside properly.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to trying this, because I find that my life is so much about myself, and it's exhausting and it's unfulfilling, and I want to be more of service. And sometimes I get into this story that, like, to be of service, it has to be this grand thing, and it feels almost relieving to know that I can just, like, lots of acts of selfless service, or just like start small.
Start small. The benefits of this practice is that as you uplift someone else, you uplift yourself. And you uplift everyone, not only yourself, but everyone that's connected to that person. And another benefit of this exercise of selfless service is that you develop empathy and compassion for others. And as you have empathy and compassion for others, you also create or cultivate self-empathy and self-compassion. You're able to look at yourself with empathy, with compassion, and criticize yourself less, because you accept yourself for who you are. And when you can accept yourself for who you are, you can also accept others for who they are, with the understanding that we are all at different points in our evolution, in our journey towards growth and unfoldment. Your humility allows you to have that joy come out of you. You're not seeking joy from any external source, whether it be something or someone. And this is extremely powerful, because no matter where you are, you feel that joy coming from inside of you, and you do not seek validation from anyone or anything outside of you.
I think for me, the service comes really naturally. The selfless service, that's the next step.
Yeah.
Like I love doing things for other people. That provides me a lot of satisfaction. But
With validation.
with the validation, right? Like knowing that they're enjoying it, having them say thank you, having them acknowledge what I've done, that is traditionally what has fueled me to provide the service instead of just doing it selflessly.
Yeah, and I find for me in the selfless service, I don't have to necessarily do things that I don't enjoy in the selfless service. Like finding the things I enjoy, like, you know, surfing or being out and about, and finding ways that I can selflessly serve in those areas that are going to uplift people, whether they know it or not.
We hope you enjoyed the practice. Let us know how it goes in the comments.
Yeah, I'd love to hear any little bits of selfless service that you managed to sort of weave in through your day, and we'll have another beautiful practice for you next week.